Hello, hello, hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 11, and he has autism, and we paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds with a hand-over-hand method, and then I paint the rest. So, I'm painting flowers. Surprise! Surprise, surprise. I've got a lot of flowers. I have fuzz on my paper. On my canvas. Whatever this thing's called. I can't think. I am going to attempt to not do my usual looking flower. I'm going to attempt to do some different flowers. I did some last night, so it can be done. It can be done. I just don't do it a lot. So tonight, I just realized I didn't put any yellow. I was going to put some yellow on my, for a center. And it's so funny because these two pinks do not really look much alike, but this is what I always say. I love watching paint dry, and it's not even dry yet. Because I love seeing how color changes on different backgrounds. I started painting with Owen to work on his fine motor skills, and it truly is more about me painting now than him. We still work on his fine motor skills, but it really is about how much I'm adding some yellow. I love doing it. It's changed my life. It just has added so much to, I look at this and I know that we've done this together. He's helped me with the background, and we're working on his fine motor skills. But it's the rest of the story. It's me being able to share our journey. It's me being able to look back at this and just go, that is a time in our life that we were doing these things or this or that. And so I think that's kind of what it's about, I'm attempting, I really needed a third color. These pinks, like I said, look almost too identical to really make the difference. So I might actually add some more in a minute, but there we go. So I'm just trying to, I have arthritis, and some days my hands do not work like they're supposed to. So I think at some point they're gonna do one thing and then they truly don't do what they're supposed to do. I thought I was gonna have all the colors out tonight, and I sure didn't. I put the colors. Oh, I love listening the Canadian geese. I always get it wrong. There's the name, but I always call them the wrong thing. The Canada geese, I think is the right Canadian. Yes, it's Canada geese. They just went over, and I love hearing them. I don't live in Canada. I live in West Virginia, but I love hearing them when they go over. They make my day. They make my day. So, anyways, I don't even know what I was saying. I usually have all the colors out, and tonight I have like 2 so far that I wanted to use, and I'm gonna put a third one out, and maybe even a 4th one. I usually put them all on my plate, and well, usually I don't have a plan, so it's kind of unusual that I actually, I don't even want to say I have a big plan, but I kind of had a plan tonight of what I wanted to do, and so that makes a difference, I suppose, when I'm kind of doing this. So it's what I used a white and a cream, and it's hard to tell on the camera, I'm sure, but that changes the color, the variations, the colorations. And it's funny because that is 2 different pinks and you can't tell, and that is 2 different whites, like a cream and a white, and you can't tell. So like I said, I'm my particular color scheme here, and I've lost one of my brushes way under, so you can tell I'm human. I'm very, very human. And sometimes more human than other times, and tonight is one of those nights. I really should be finishing that one before I start this one, now that I'm thinking about it. So let me see if I might just do let's see. I might just do this nice under. We'll see what happens here, because this one has to be different. I mean, there's going to be more to it by when I'm done. So it's funny, when I use a lot of brushes, I don't have a brush rest, like a place to put them, because I don't generally put them in water, and I don't generally use tons of brushes, because I if I make flowers, a lot of times I just use the same brush, because I like to have the colors kind of highlighted in each of the things as I'm going along. So it's rare that I ever have now 5 brushes sitting around. But I'm really trying to kind of branch out and do a little bit different with the things that I'm doing. So, with that said, when I do stuff like this, I need some place to like set these brushes when I'm not using them, because you know, that it gets to be quite cumbersome. So now I'm getting, if I don't lock the camera, oops, I don't think I have any of this one left. I did, yay. So now you'll really be able to see the colors. But I need a 6th brush. This is like the most brushes I've used in a long time. It's kind of funny. And it's just like, especially when I'm using white, a lot of times, even though this is now the taupey colors and such, I don't use the same brush with the whites, because like you can see, I'm picking up the color from this one, which is okay, but that's what happens when you use the same brush, is that's why a lot of times I like to use it, is because the colors kind of are all mixed in there. And so, like, this is not, it's all one color, and even though this is two colors, it still looks like one color because of the shading and everything. But it'll all get there. It will all get there. And so now, this was what I was dealing with, is I really wanted this on top of that. Oh, I have like flying fuzz. I don't know where it's coming from. Landed on my painting a minute ago. No fan is on, so it's just flying. Flying! So, now I'm going to put some colors in here. And this is what I was talking about. You can kind of see I'm using just a muted kind of violet color, but it had some of the purples from here, from that other one. And so just kind of going back and forth with the coloration and everything on there. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And now I'm gonna put some more on this side, but a little more of the white kind of shading in there. And remember, I promised you I was probably gonna add, see, I have no place to put my I almost got it a marker, whatever that thing's called, brush. A brush, I can't think. So Owen's had a couple really good days. We've had some emotional moments still, but we've had some very good days. The place that he goes to get his music therapy, they do a run walk event to raise money for the facility, because they do therapy for even kids that can't afford it. They still give them therapy, and so they raise money for those type of things. So I told him that Santa, we weren't gonna walk. I have arthritis and I don't walk fast at all, and plus it was raining that the night last night, and just walking with Owen and all that would be hard at night as well, and bedtime and anything. Anyways, so long story long for that. But he was so excited because he wanted to go see Santa. And he's seen Santa before. He's stood by Santa before. He sat, in Santa's lap before. But this was the first year that he actually said he wanted to go see Santa. He wanted to go see Santa. And that was like, he wanted to wear Santa hat. He wanted to go talk to him. He told me that he was going to ask him for a present. A new hat was the present he was going to ask for. He was a little shocked that he didn't immediately give it to him, but it was just incredibly huge. Those are the moments that I've been waiting all his life for. Because this was the first year. See, there's a little fuzz. Hopefully I get it off. Yay. This is the first year he really truly wanted to go spend time with Santa. Like, he wanted to go be with Santa, be in Santa World. And I mean, it's just, I don't even know how to describe it, because, you know, when you're waiting for your child to, the expectations, they're hard, because that's the emotional part of it. You know, my mom made my world so happy. She just did everything that she could to do everything for my brother and I, you know, just make our days special and make the holidays special. And she just did the mom stuff, the great mom stuff. And I wanted to do the great mom stuff for my son, you know? But he doesn't really understand that. He didn't understand that Halloween was such a great holiday, or Christmas and Thanksgiving, and, you know, just all of them, the birthdays. Presents to him were, if they were wrapped, they were supposed to stay wrapped, and they weren't supposed to ever really get wrapped. They weren't supposed to be a present. And, you know, learning to figure this out, learning to adapt and approach gifts and things and presents, you know, in a completely different manner it's life-changing. It's different. It's something that you just don't necessarily think about or know about or understand or prepared for. It's not something that I, you know, just came into this world and said, okay, you know, my son's not going to be able to handle a gift being wrapped. He's going to be devastated when he gets something or doesn't get something, and then we unwrap the present because he thinks that's the present. He thinks it should be as it is. We're done. And so it's moments like that that I have to learn strategies for my own moments, you know, because you want to do amazing things for your kids. You know, you want to do the things and give them opportunities in the world, and things that you dreamed of if you didn't get them, or things that you think that they might like. And that's all part of those expectations that I had to learn about and deal with and change and adapt from. So last night was such a beautiful experience for me because my son loved it. My son loved it. He was a little like shy at first, or not wanting to, you know, necessarily. He was having a hard time, you know, just kind of adjusting at first but within just a few minutes, he went from that to going to tell Santa that he wanted a new hat. And, you know, that is a miracle. That is my amazing moments. That is just what I've been wanting, what I've been dreaming of all my life for my son, you know? So that's the type of things that just make the days that the hard days better. Hard days, you know, change and become the days that we get to see Santa Claus. And that's amazing. That's the amazing, amazing journey that we are on. And so I encourage everybody, you know, when you're having a rough day, when you're having those hard, draining moments, whether it's with yourself, with your child, with, you know, someone, just remember that today maybe your emotional day, but it'll change. You'll get these moments where your son says hi to Santa Claus. And then you'll see a whole new light, a whole new world, a whole new moment in time, you know? So, they'll be coming. They will be coming. I'm just happy that today he got to tell his grandma about going to see Santa. And he's 11, you know, so those are moments that mean a lot. And I'm thankful. So, I think our bouquet is about done. I feel like we needed a thicker, like, kind of, some of these were a little, I think need something like, not too much right here, but just something to kind of a little whimsy maybe with, I don't want a lot of color on it, but just like where it's kind of mushed in there. Maybe down here as well. I think that needs like a little bit, like this is a little high. So I'm just gonna put, and then because I did that, I need a little more purple right here. This is what happens when I add one thing, I need 20 other things. And I needed, there we go. Okay. So I am going to do O for Owen, and then L, and B. So there we go. All right. Well, thank you for being on the journey with us and listening to my story. It's, you know, autism wasn't important to me until autism was important to me. And that's my son. That's my boy. So thank you so much and have a great rest of your day. Doodles.